Hello, I'm gonna talk this. This is Calor Mata, and I'm doing my video on transitions, animations, triggering with JavaScript. First, I'm gonna read a little concept here before I go and get into the example. I got a few examples that I'm gonna show you. This is a lot of things that I've been, trying to. I've done projects in CSS, but I haven't used a lot of the animation. But it's been learning quite a bit. Um, One of the things is animations and transitions. Transitions in CSS are applied to an element and specify that when an property changes, it should do so gradually over and over a period of time. Animations are different. When applied, they just run and do the thing. They offer more fine-grained control as you can control different stops of the animation. Um, so they this is a good article here. They go about and then how to manipulate the manipulation of the transitions and things. But I would like to dive in a little bit in what I've been doing. So I'm gonna click here. So this is one of the transitions I did, and some of the animations too. So what I have here is a simple sample of a transition animation thing. So what we have here is like I created my HTML, and I have two buttons, a button and a division here. So I have my two buttons. So we got the open, the close, and the open button. And what I'm gonna do with JavaScript, I'm gonna trigger this. So in the CSS, I have my class, so I can close this division box here, and then this division box for the H1. I want to make my H1 a little bit bigger. So I align it in the center, and my font size is a little bit bigger. You can do a lot of, all the things I'm gonna show in the other ones. But here's pretty simple. What I'm gonna do when I close this, it should close. And when I open, it should open. So what I'm calling here, so I'm having this function element here that I'm gonna get documented in the box. So this is an ID that I have in my HTML, this box ID. So when this box ID, when it says documented, so it's gonna give me the transition. I have my transition here, and it's also gonna run this one for either or. So it's gonna run when you click open at the same speed. I have it at the same speed, yeah. So high right here and close. So they're gonna get this ID from here. We got the ID here, and we got this other ID, the ID box for open and close. And it's gonna run the functions. And here with the CSS, what I did was just like an overflow hitting, and this is my size. The size of the box was gonna open. So when it opens, it's not hitting anymore. So that's kind of that presentation right there. I did another one. It's pretty much similar. What I did is a menu. I did a menu because it's kind of a lot when we're doing classes. I mean, I'm doing in my other classes when you have to do a web page, you have to deal with menus and how to handle it with JavaScript. Doing it with JavaScript is pretty simple and pretty nice to get that quick and make it work. So there's a little bit of CSS here. We got what I did was I created a division with a class of menu and an ID for my JavaScript. So the same thing, I did another class and another ID so I can get it from my JavaScript, my drop down. And I give it, we have like a little division, and this is like a list. I didn't use a list, but this is a bunch of there's a few links here. When I click on that button, what I did here in my JavaScript, I did an ID of click. You know, when it clicks and when it's click and unclick, and which is this ID, it's gonna run this function. It's gonna drop down and it's gonna show. That show is my display block here in the CSS. Okay, so when I'm gonna show you that right now here. So when I click my menu, okay, it's showing that drop down that I talked about, and which is in here in the CSS, I use display block. So when I hover on it and I active, I click on it, I make a little animation. This is just CSS. What I'm doing here is just the CSS. What I have it around here in my CSS. Let me look it up. So my hover, I have my hover light blue, and then in my I could do a little bit more things in that hover. Change the color of my font size, bunch of different things. Here I just in the active I made a little bit more fun. So I think this blue is not working for me for some reason. So I added padding. So when I click on it, it's active, the padding grows 30 pixels. And I added border radius, so it shows a little round there. You know, if I want, I can actually do border, let's do top and do left. And then if I do that, let's do 10 pixels. So I click on it, just that little border there. Let's do a little more so it can show. Let's do 50 right there. So it increases and gives me that little transition there and animation. If I wanna do here in the hover, I can actually add a transition. Let me see. I don't know if I want to add that. I'm gonna show it to you in my other example, but I'm gonna have this one like this. So I'm clicking and toggling. So this is how it's working. So now I'm gonna show you this one here. This little animation here. I created that kickball, and what I'm doing with JavaScript is I'm clicking. Here I create another. I click and pause it and play. So pause it and play. It's the same thing like we talked about. We triggered in this animation, and I created an ID ball, and I created another ID play, and I give him I added here to my variables, and so as soon as this play on click function, so we do play on click. So if inner HTML play, we're gonna change it to pause. So it pause here. Change it to play. Same thing. And then it's gonna when I'm calling this JavaScript here, it's gonna use, you know, my CSS, my classes. So in the other one, I have my pause and play. Same thing. Pause. So when it's pause and plays and changes and stops the action. So this is what I have. I'm kind of working on the one that I'm gonna turn in. And like I said, I have these. It has a little transition. So if we look at here in my CSS, this is the CSS that I created for what I'm gonna turn in. I think I completely removed it. No. So I did transition at 2 seconds here, 0.2 seconds. Okay, that's for my hover. Yeah, this is what I have here. This is all border radius. You can do some animation with and transition with border radius. I did my border radius there. This border radius top right, and then when I click on it, I got my animation going, and also in active, I made my box a little bit bigger, and then here's when it opens it, give the transition there. Hello, and I hope that you have. Well, if you have any question, you can ask me tomorrow and see if I can have an idea how to answer them. But thank you very much. Thank you for watching.